What is cracking, folks? It is I, CFK Kuro, here to bring you some more TEW 2016 WCW. It lives not once, not twice, but simply again. Tonight's a show. We do those. So, let's go. The show starts off with Evolution, well, Ric Flair, AJ Styles, and Mark Jindrak. Of course, they are talking to the leader of the group, Jeff Jarrett, but he's on a television monitor via satellite. Jeff talks to his group, saying that since he's going to be gone for a few more weeks and past the next pay-per-view, he's made some arrangements for the group. He says, AJ, I know you're going to retain your United States Championship. Most importantly, you're going to defeat Diamond Dallas Page 2 Sundays from now, become the new normal contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. You're going to lay down. We'll get to there when we get to there. You know what your role is. Make sure that idiot Page doesn't get another shot at me. Mark, I understand that, we in Evolution need to hold some form of regality. You understand what I'm saying? Me and AJ, we have our championships, and Rick, of course, is a legend in his own right. But you still need a little bit of gold. So I've already talked to Eric, and in 2 Sundays you'll be facing Sting for the television championship. Good luck, kid. And more importantly, Rick. Now, I know there's a little bit of somebody kind of big. He's been bothering you. So, in 2 Sundays, you're going to go one-on-one with O'Hare. You're going to get him out of all of our Evolution business. That kid may think he's tough, and damn sure he definitely is tough. But I don't want to go anywhere near the kid. But Rick, I know you, the master technician, you know how to take apart somebody limb from limb. You're going to do that for me, all right? Any other questions? Just then, Diamond Dallas Page walks into the room. He says, yeah, champ, I got a question. Where in your little plan does it say that Diamond Dallas Page beats AJ Styles 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, and then a month later AJ Styles beats you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring and become not just the people's champ, but the world champion? Bang! He says that and bails out the room before the rest of Evolution can get their hands on him. In an extremely short match, the $1 Million Corporation defeat the MIA members Van Hammer and Lash LeRoux when Chuck defeated Lash by submission with a torture rack. Afterwards, DiBiase and Palumbo and Stasiak, of course, are talking. It says there's nobody worthy in WCW to take these wonderful tag team championships from us. So it's perhaps a chance that we find somebody to look for other golden opportunities. However, he is interrupted by BG James, who says that, hold on 1 second. When you say nobody deserves or is ready to be the tag team champion, you forget that I was the last major tag team champion. Forget about Stasiak being tag team champion before he was not tag. Anyway, he says he's got some news from Eric Bischoff, and it said that since he's beaten Chuck Palumbo 2 times, or pinned Palumbo 2 times, that he gets a tag team championship match. All he's got to do is find a partner. So you hold on to your $1 million, Mr. $1 Million Man, because I can't say the road dog, Jesse James. I need to find a shtick for him, verbal. I'll fade out eventually. But that's that. In an extremely short match, Chavo beats Kiwi in 3 minutes and 50 seconds by submission. Backstage, Booker T is banging on Eric's door. He's like, Eric, I need a response. All right, how can I get one more shot at my championship? Vito and Reno are at the door. It's like, Mr. Bischoff's busy right now. He's going through some important business negotiations. And Jamar comes out. He says, "Okay, Booker, Booker, I like you. All right, Mr. Bischoff. He may not seem to show it, but he appreciates what you've done for our company, being a strong champion during our new transition between the new era of WCW. But he simply cannot grant you this world championship opportunity. Okay, you fought Jeff 4 times recently, and Mr. Bischoff knows that even though you may want to see that match, a lot of people do not. The repetition of it. However, and very however-ish, this month, you can take the rest of this month off. And next month, Mr. Bischoff will allow you to be involved in the world title match. He says that you can be the special guest referee between Jeff Jarrett and either Diamond Dallas Page or AJ Styles. Is that satisfactory for you? Booker contemplates for a moment, thinks it over. Yeah, I can dig that. So that's that. In a decent match, Hernandez drew Samoa Joe in 626 when the match descended into chaos after Shane Douglas, Kaz Hayashi, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and Lance Storm all came involved. And they have a And they have a huge brawl between these various between these two factions. Backstage, Alex Wright is fighting Disco Inferno again, trying to ask him questions, but Disco refuses to talk to him. BG James comes in. He says, "All right, look, I need a tag team partner, and I know you guys are tag team specialists, and you guys might not be seeing eye to eye right now. So, next week, I want you two to have a match, and whoever wins, they get to be my tag team partner. Are y'all down with that? Well, if you ain't, well, that'd be unfortunate, but you know, so that's that." In about the head, decent wrestling but little heat, Christopher Daniels debuts against Aguila in a 5-minute pinfall victory when he uses the ropes for leverage. Christopher Daniels, good match, of course. Afterwards, so I'm missing. No, sorry, everybody. Afterwards, Eric Bischoff announces that there will be a cruiserweight contendership ladder match at WCW Mayhem between Chavo Guerrero Jr., the debuting Christopher Daniels, Shannon Moore, Kaz Hayashi, and his special announcement, which is that next week, special announcement. He just got off the phone with 2 international companies, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. Worked out a deal with them. So next week, a cruiserweight competitor from both those companies will be in action, and they will be the final 2 participants in this ladder match. Good luck, boys. It was announced last week, maybe, that Jamie Noble was... It was noticed that last week Jamie Noble was having a conversation with somebody to ask about a tag team match. And here's the tag team match. Noble reveres his partner for tonight's match against Animal Mike Sanders. Is that Yun Yang? Whose gimmick? Yeah. In a decent match, Jamie Noble and Jimmy Wang Yang defeated Animal and Above Average in 71 when Noble defeated Mike Sanders by submission with a guillotine choke. Yeah. So, I did the Jimmy Wang Yang gimmick a bit early because I didn't want the Young Dragons anymore. I wanted Cass to do something else. It'd be a better way to get them over separately but with people. Before tonight's main event, Diamond Dallas Page wishes Rey Mysterio Jr. some good luck. Says he's rooting for him. He says, "You take him out today. In a couple weeks, I'll take him out for you." Well, you know what I mean. Bang. We're also shown backstage where we see Ric Flair with appears to be brass knuckles. He's talking to the champion. Not champion. Yeah, he's talking to the champion, talking to AJ Styles before AJ leaves out. And it looks like Ric's about to follow him with the brass knuckles before Sean O'Haire steps in front of him and chases him off. And in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, AJ Styles defeated Rey Mysterio in 30 minutes and 55 seconds by pinfall with a roll up. That's defense number 2, but something is yada yada yada. They were toe-to-toe, match, neck-to-neck. They even had the same in-ring rating, you know. And AJ did not have the help of Ric Flair like he expected to, but nevertheless, he was able to get the victory. But afterwards, Mark Jindrak runs out, and AJ and Jindrak start to put the boots to Rey Mysterio before Sting comes in. Lights flash out, come back on. Sting's in the ring with the bat, pointed directly at AJ Styles, who backs up and then points it up to Mark Jindrak. They have a little stare down. So that's that show. 80. It lost us popularity in 2 regions. Yeah, that wasn't as good as the regular shows. I didn't have any of those 100 rated segments or 90 upper 90 rated segments. All right, come back. We will have Thunder. And we are back with Thunder. The show opens with more cruiserweight action. Christopher Daniels defeating Super Crazy in 6:13 by pinfall with the last rites. However, today, Christopher Daniels is joined to the ring by a mysterious man in a mysterious attire. Seems familiar. He goes by the name Father Isaac. Says, many of you may have known me from times prior to, but I am a changed man. I have found the will of God, and it is here in WCW that me and my assistant, Mr. Daniels, will be cleansing this place the proper way. It starts wherever it may start, but here in WCW has been a cesspool of cretins, demons, and evil. We are here to make changes. And about that had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. SoFly defeated Hero and Claudio in 5:55 when Elix defeated Chris Hero by pinfall with a flyplex. Afterwards, SoFly demand to go into the Cruiserweight Championship ladder match. Eric Bischoff comes out and says, no. Oh, actually, how about this? If you two can defeat our guests from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre this Monday, I will give you their spots if you win. Hernandez beats Reno in a short match by submission. Hernandez makes defense number 5 his WCW Hardcore title. After the match, he's boasting about, he's saying he's tougher than anybody in that League of Nations, that Shane Douglas is going to retain his contract and main event Starrcade like he deserves, because I got his back and there ain't nobody in WCW tougher. Well, shut up. Enter the Sandman. Sandman just comes out with a cane, a bottle of, can of beer. He storms the ring. Hernandez reasonably balls out. And in our main event for the night, CM Punk defeated Gangrel in 9:34 by submission. after Shannon Moore accidentally hit Gangrel with a drop kick when he was trying to hit Punk. Afterwards, Gangrel yells at Shannon Moore, saying that you have a lot of work to do before you're a good vampire. And the final segment is Eric announces the main event for next Monday's Nitro. 6-man tag team match, which I love to do before pay-per-views, between Sting, Sean O'Haire, and Diamond Dallas Page against AJ Styles, Mark Jindrak, and Ric Flair. Who cares? All right. What's this? Oh God, suffers a stroke. Come back, Thunder, Nitro, not Thunder. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.